and welcome back to the Tea and Soju CDrama podcast, your safe spot for CDrama chatter. I'm your host, Liliana, and it's time to sit back, grab your tea, and let's chat Asian dramas. In today's episode, it is the end of the month, so that means it is currently watching time, May edition. But before we get into the episode, some housekeeping. If you like the podcast, please like, share, and subscribe on the platform you listen on. That really helps the podcast reach other listeners. For more content, check out Patreon, where you can find behind the scenes, first impressions, Zoom meetups, and more. I would like to thank my patrons are Purple Dinosaurus, Marta, Caitlin, Lorna, Raysheen, Nancy, Jane, Cindy, Valerie, Naz, JM, Holly, Haley, Maria, Nikki, Laura, Judy Kell, Julia, Alan, Karen, Cheryl, Ariane, Palms, Laura S., Sapphire, Stephanie, Mischief, Kate, Anastasia, Pam, Boo, Lovey, and Ange. Thank you guys so much for being part of a Patreon and helping to support the podcast and all the costs that come with running a podcast. It really does mean the world to me and helps a lot. If you're interested in joining Patreon and joining our monthly Zoom meetups, as well as getting an access to a lot of more content, check out the link. It will all be linked in the episode notes. So it's time for currently watching, and guys, I have been procrastinating so much on recording this episode. So if you don't know, the UK is going, it's not just the UK, I'm sure there's lots of places. The UK is going through a heat wave, and my goodness, it's like 32, which I think is like 90 in Fahrenheit. So it's 32 degrees Celsius and about 90 Fahrenheit, which for a lot of people, that's really not that bad. And for me, typically, it's really not that bad. The problem is the UK houses are not built with heat in mind. They're built for cold winters, so they hold heat, and the houses get so incredibly hot, and barely anywhere has AC or anything like that, so it's just hot everywhere and muggy. It's so muggy and horrendous. So that's what we're dealing with, and unfortunately my office, or where I record, the place where you guys see in the videos and everything, tends to be one of the hottest places in the house, and unfortunately it is what it is. So that means that this may be a shorter episode just because I am bracing the heat, and also I can't really have a fan on or anything while I'm recording because the mic might pick up on that, and I don't necessarily want that to be part of the audio for you guys. It'd be really annoying for you to be listening to this with like a fan in the background. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully it'll be okay, and I can get this recorded before I melt in here. But yeah, so I usually don't mind the heat, but it's just not, if I'm back home in Portugal, I can deal with it so much better because the houses are like, it's floor tiling, it's tiles on the floor, and everything is kind of like marble and stuff like that to keep houses cooler. Whereas here, everything is carpet and everything is thick. It's just designed for heat, for cold. So we'll see. The other reason why this might be short, anyways, is because I'm really, really not watching that much at all. And what I am watching is stuff that I'm enjoying, but it's not like stuff that I'm going to be raving about that much. So we may end up with like a 35-minute episode for this week, but hopefully that's okay for you guys. So let's get into it. So if you're new here, my currently watching episodes are divided into categories. Those being the loving category. These are dramas that I am chasing episodes and are completely obsessed with. The really enjoying category. These are dramas I am really enjoying, generally caught up with, but not quite obsessed with. And then we have the enjoying. These are the ones I am enjoying and just casually watching, and I'm probably behind on episodes. Then we have dramas I dropped, completed dramas, and then the last part of the episode is dedicated to our rumor corner. That means I go through all the possible Chinese dramas that may air in the next month. like I always say, these are not confirmed. It's called Rumor Corner for a reason. So if they don't air, please don't come for me. These are just the rumors. And there's one or two which I usually think are more likely to air than others. And I tend to say that when I talk about them. So we shall see. But to get right into it, my loving category is empty. It has been empty since Pursuit of Jade, and I fear it will remain empty until possibly one of the dramas in the rumor corner comes out. So if that does materialize in June, I'm hoping this category will then be filled with that drama, but we shall see. One can hope. The really enjoying category does currently have some dramas in it. The first one being the Chinese drama A Splendid Match. Now, this is a 40 episode Hunan TV / Mango TV drama. But it is being aired in a bunch of places like Viki, iQIYI, and WeTV. I never watch Mango TV dramas on Mango TV simply because the 99.9% of the time, the subs are machine translated. And when it comes to a historical, that is just makes it so impossible to watch for me, anyways. So I tend to wait and see if it's available elsewhere. So I'm watching this on iQIYI. So this drama has actually already finished airing on Mango TV because there is a fast pass. However, I am waiting for the episodes on iQIYI because I just don't want to, watch it with Mango TV subs. So it is what it is. By the time this episode comes out, there will only be like an episode left to air on iQIYI anyways. So I don't mind. So the drama stars Ren Min and Si Cha as like the main couple, but it also stars Win Win and Huang Yi. I will say right now, Win Win is like I adore not his character, but this man's way of acting. I keep saying this and I'm gonna get hate because this is a bit of a hot take. I honestly think Win Win really needs to take a break from NCT and come and do more C dramas because I feel like he's so talented, and unfortunately, we really don't get to see him that often in Chinese drama land. And I would just love to see him in more dramas. So I'm really, really enjoying his performance. Not necessarily his character. His character is very red flag, very all of this, but I do think there's a little bit of growth that has happened. But yeah, so I have currently watched 36 episodes out of 40 because that's all that is out at the moment of recording. It's gonna finish airing on the 30. Oh my goodness, my calendar's already in June. Goodness knows why. But it is going to finish airing on the, I believe, the 28th on iQIYI. So, what is this drama about? So, it stars the female lead. MDL description reads, due to a fortune teller's prediction that she is a jinx for her father's career, Gu Jin Zhao, the eldest daughter of the Gu family, has been fostered in her grandparents' home since birth. Although her biological parents ignored her, she is doted on by her grandmother, developing a bold and unrestrained personality. Returning to her own family, she deals with people and situations in a tough manner. Her vitality catches the eye of the powerful court official Lord Chen, the heir apparent Yi Xian, and the upright gentleman Chen Xuan Cheng. So it's kind of almost like a reverse harem because lots of men like her. Obviously, she's only got eyes for the male lead, but I do like how. So funny story about this. When I first started watching this, I wasn't actually that sold, and mainly because of the female lead, her character, and the way she was being portrayed. So I was like, I'm not really sure this drama is going to be for me at all. But then the more I watched, the more I liked it. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's a perfect drama, but there is a lot of things to enjoy about it. So more thoughts to come because I will be reviewing this one. So this is probably my favorite thing that I'm currently watching right now. So that is the Chinese drama A Splendid Match. Now, next on my really enjoying category is a Thai drama, and it's one that I just clicked on by, it was on IG and I was like, I'm going to try this out. So the drama is Woo. It's just called Woo. And the description reads Pete, an unlucky young man carrying a fragment of a demon's soul, has the ability to sense Yao, a strange energy that devours life force and controls the mind. When he crosses paths with Niran, a man gifted with the rare ability to alter fate itself, and the one who leads him into the world of Woo. The two become unlikely partners, forced to rely on each other through every obstacle until their souls are bound together. So I'm really, really interested in this. I really was intrigued, like grabbed by the first episode pretty much straight away. I don't think it's a bromance. It's not a BL drama. Unfortunately, it's also one of those things where it's one episode a week. It's only going to be 9 episodes total, but it is only airing one episode a week. I really like the structure of the world and how these two kind of meet and, what's happening with their characters and the story itself. And I won't say much because it feels like you kind of need to go in as blind as possible, but it's so far really, really compelling of a drama. So I quite enjoying it. Like I said, watching it on IG, and that is the Thai drama Woo. So that is it for my really enjoying category. And next up, we have the enjoying category. Now, these, like I said, are dramas that I'm probably behind on episodes. The first one being My Royal Nemesis. So, this is the K drama. It's 14 episodes and it stars Im Ji Yeon and Hyo Nam Jun as the main couple. And it's kind of like one of those stories where she is a concubine, a fairly high concubine in the Joseon dynasty, and then she kind of gets brought into the future. Basically, she's dying and she kind of like says, is this really how my life is going to end? And then she wakes up and her soul has been transported to the 21st century, where she meets our male lead, who is a legendary, like, moody CEO. And basically, they meet. Obviously, things sparkle. There is a connection of them from the past. So initially, I was like, this sounds kind of fun. The episodes are about an hour, 5 minutes, which work for me perfectly. Now, the only thing that really wasn't working is the fact that this female lead, the way she was portraying the Joseon character, it was so screechy and so loud constantly. But I was like, maybe it's just, the character that she is right now. But she kind of carries that over into the 21st century for at least like second to third episode. But then it does seem that she calms down a little bit because the screeching was getting to me. I do really appreciate the fact that she's not, comfortable in the 21st century straight away. She kind of like does by watching. So she watches a lot of things that are happening around her and kind of goes with that, if that makes sense. So that really worked for me. The romance is working also. I think it's going to be fun to see them, come together and work together for various reasons. So we shall see. I am definitely behind on this. I think I'm only like on episode either 3 or 4, and I think there's 6 episodes currently. I will try and catch up, but I am enjoying this one. So the next one is Filing for Love. This is also a K drama. And it is 12 episodes and it stars Shin Hye-sun and Gong Myung as the male leads, as well as Kim Jae-uk and Hong Kwa Yeon, as kind of like main leads but secondary couple of sorts. So it is. I'm watching this on Viki currently, and I think I'm on episode 9, and there's 10 episodes so far. So this is a comedy romance melodrama. It's set in a business, business setup where female lead and male lead kind of work in an audit team and internal audit team, where they basically they go, how do I explain this? They handle office scandals, basically, so they don't become problems. So anything like affairs and things like that, or sexual harassment or things like that, this team has to kind of deal with it. And then obviously, male lead, female lead, they start working in the same group and they end up falling in love. Lots of other things are happening. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think I liked it more in the beginning than I do now. I think it's gotten a little bit, it's leaning into like the Mac Jangy a little bit more than I would prefer. And I think what I really enjoyed was them kind of looking at cases and evaluating them and that sort of thing. And that kind of has gone out the window a little bit in this later part of the episode. So it's just not as enjoyable for me, but I will finish it because, like I said, I think I've watched 9 episodes and it's 12 episodes, so I think it'll end up being an okay watch. Just not something that I'll rave about, unfortunately. So that is Filing for Love, the Korean drama. So that is it, apart from Taxi Driver season 2, which, guys, you've heard me talk about this for months now. Like, we're almost done. We're so close. We're on episode 14 out of 16. So we've got 2 episodes to go. So we're almost go. If you don't know, if you're new here, so Taxi Driver is my season 2 is my current watch with my partner, and that means that it takes us forever to finish anything because he's a gamer. I like watching, my Chinese dramas and other dramas as well. So we just don't necessarily have that much time to kind of sit and watch this, but we are both really enjoying it. We're like on that last stretch now. So we will finish it up soon. We'll just see where it kind of lands. But yeah, we're both enjoying it. Him more so than me. He really, really likes, like, my partner really, really likes Taxi Driver. So we shall see. So that really is it for my currently watching list. Like, I'm not really watching anything else at the moment. Like I said, the weather is really warm and nice, so I don't necessarily want to be cooped up watching dramas. So that eats a lot of my time. I tend to spend most of my time in the garden, and I'm not somebody who enjoys watching on a tablet or anything like that. So I tend to kind of pick up my Kindle and read outside rather than watch a show. So it is what it is. I'm hoping June is going to be slightly better, although I am going to be busy because June I'm recording so many episodes and then I'm actually away for the later half of June. So it might be that I might not be watching that much. We shall see. We shall see how things kind of land and where, we end up watching, what I end up picking up. So the only other category that I have is dramas I dropped. And I only dropped one drama. It is a J drama called Sins of Kudro. I talked about this in last month's currently watching, that I wasn't sure I was going to keep up with it, and I didn't. Like, it just isn't for me. I think the story itself, I don't like the fact that he's a lawyer that, I don't know. I thought it was interesting that he was a lawyer that kind of defends, Yakuza and gangsters and criminal record people. However, I think it just wasn't quite working for me in the end. So that's Sins of Kujo. And yeah, that's the only drama that I dropped. Now, as for completed dramas on, over the month of May, I finished up Yumi Cell season 3. I ended up really enjoying it. I ended up really understanding why this particular male lead ended up being Yumi's endgame. It definitely made sense and they work cute together. However, I do honestly think this season was too short. I feel like we needed it to be a little bit longer. Even like just 2 more episodes, because I feel like we didn't get enough of the main couple. Like, for something that has been going on for 3 seasons now, I feel like we should have gotten more of them as a main couple. I mean, season 2 was 14 episodes and season 1 was also 14 episodes. So I was a little disappointed that the last season only gave us, 8 episodes when it was her end game. So I think that will probably be my biggest gripe with this show, is that I felt like it could have done with just another episode or two of them just being together. We didn't really get that, unfortunately. So yeah, so that's Yumi Cells. I finished up Princess Hours, the 2006 K drama. Look, it was okay. I get it. I get it. This holds a lot of nostalgia for a lot of people. For me personally, it does not. So I see it in a different light. And I think the light that I see it now is that I don't think it has aged that well. I mean, it is a 20-year-old show, and I just don't think it has held that well. I mean, it is a classic, I suppose, and I don't regret watching it, but I just don't think it's, going to be one of my favorites. Let's put it that way. There is a reason I watched it, so watch out for that. So that is Princess Hours, the K drama. Next up, I finished up the J drama Lunch Break Lovers. This is an 8 episode little show. It's available on Viki, and you know what? It was fun. It was okay. It was nothing special. I think we got a little bit, I don't know, a little bit too into office politics in the later half. That wasn't necessarily working for me, but it's an okay little binge because it is only 8 episodes of about 50 minutes, so it doesn't take that long to watch it. So that is the J drama Lunch Break Lovers, available on Viki. I finished up Perfect Crown. I'm not going to go into the whole debacle of Perfect Crown and what is happening with it. I found it okay. I found that there was a lot more potential to the show that was left unexplored, in my opinion. I also feel like they did Byeon Woo Suk a little bit dirty. I feel like he should have had more screen time and more meat to his role. He's a really, really good actor, and I just feel like they did him a little bit dirty. I mean, everything was beautiful to look at, but I also feel like the story could have been better. Like I said, I feel like they had a lot more they could pick at, and unfortunately, they didn't. But look, it was a fun watch. It was a fun watch for me personally. So that is Perfect Crown. I also finished up Light to the Night, the Chinese crime drama from Youku, starring Pen Yuming, Dylan Wang, and Ren Min. Overall, I liked it. I liked where it took me. I felt like it could have been a little bit shorter, because if it had been a little bit shorter, the story would have been a little bit tighter. I feel like it has a slightly bittersweet ending, but I didn't mind that at all. And it ended up being, quite an interesting path that the story kind of takes you on. But in my opinion, it could have been just a little bit shorter, and then we would have been cooking, so to speak, because the story would have been a little bit tighter that way. So the last one is the Chinese drama Bloom Life. I'm not going to talk about this one too much. It's 8 episodes. It's an iQIYI drama. I liked it. It showed me, a little bit of a different outlook on a drama. It's something that I haven't quite watched before. And the reason why I'm not going to be talking too much about it is because I want to review it for Patreon, because it's a shorter drama. So that's why I will talk about it there in the upcoming sort of weeks, once I sort of get my thoughts fully together. So that's Bloom Life. So that is it. That's everything I've watched, everything I've completed in the month of May. That is all my currently watching. And I didn't think it was going to be that, take that long to sort of go through, because it's honestly not that long right now, which is rare. Like, it's rare that my watch list is this short, but C-Drama Land is fairly quiet right now, which is to be expected. They're kind of gearing up for summer releases anyways, so it does tend to be a little bit quieter around about this time. So with that in mind, let's talk Rumours. What is upcoming in C-Drama Land in June? Possibly. So, the first rumor, and the one that I'm most sure will probably air, is Mo Li. Now, the title has changed from Mo Li to The First Jasmine. This is a Chinese drama, 40 episodes. It is going to be, oh, interesting. WeTV, Tencent Video, it is going to be on Disney Plus. That is very, very interesting. Now, if it is on Disney Plus, I don't know. It might just be in certain regions. I don't know what it's going to be like, but that's interesting. So, this is going to be a Bai Lu and Chang Lei drama. They are going to be our main pairing. And the story is going to be a historical romance drama. It is going to be, it's definitely an idol drama, guys. Uh, so MDL description reads: eldest daughter Ye Li marries the crippled Prince Mo Shu Yao, while her sister Ye Ying weds Prince Mo Jingli. The same day, a descendant of Li Shan, Ye Li secretly seeks revenge on those who wronged her clan. Suspected by her husband, who also hides a revenge plan, the couple gradually become allies. Meanwhile, Prince Jingli plots to seize the throne. In the end, Ye Li and Mo Shu Yao join forces to defeat their enemies and restore peace to the empire. So this is going to be a more leaning towards politics and, kind of revenge story. So it is going to be a slightly more serious drama, and I'm really, really intrigued to see what comes up on this one. I have been so excited to watch this. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I did really like Molly as a title. I think it was really, really interesting. But the first Jasmine, at least it's not Blossom or Love or anything like that. I find that it is a very, very, pleasing kind of title, the first Jasmine. So I'm intrigued. Let's hope, this comes out. So this is actually rumored for a June 8th slash 9th premiere. We shall see. We shall see. I'm really, really hoping that's the case, because then it'll just be about wrapping up before I go away. So, I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Next up is one that is called Never Ending Summer. So this is rumored for June 16th. It is going to be 24 episodes, Mango TV, and it is a Bao Shang An and Daniel Zhou drama, as the main couple. And it says everyone at Yangming Middle School knew that Zhou Wan was introverted and silent, while Lu Shi Xiao was unruly. The two couldn't be more different. No one expected that one day these two would stand together. So this is going to be a youth romance drama, which, if it becomes available anywhere else but Mango TV, I will probably check out, because I haven't really watched a youth romance in a little while. So I'm intrigued. And also 24 episodes is a really, really good what I'm looking for. What's the word I'm looking for? See, the heat, guys. The heat in this place is getting to my brain. It's a really good length for, a youth drama, I would say. So that is Never Ending Summer, rumored for June 16th. Now, this next one is rumored for like a mid-June premiere, and it's going to be 40 episodes. It is a CCTV production plus Yoku. Now, CCTV dramas are usually hard to get internationally. So if Yoku doesn't distribute it, it's not Yoku's fault. It's just because that's not the rights they have. Let's hope it becomes available somewhere. So this is going to be a Republican era thriller crime drama. It is going to star Xiao Zhan as our male lead and Zhou Yutong as our female lead. That alone, I am not necessarily a Republican era girly, but those two really, 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 really make me want to watch. So the drama's name is Spying, and the MDL description reads: in 1948, underground party members Ren Xiaobai, hidden within the Ministry of National Defense after a contact's sacrifice, resurfaced to save the intelligence network when another member, Qiao Mingyu, is exposed. So it's going to be that type of drama, very heavy into like espionage and, what is happening in that period of time in China. So it is going to be a much more serious drama. Definitely not everybody's cup of tea at all, as are many Republican era dramas, especially if it's coming from CCTV. Like, it is going to be a very serious, nitty gritty kind of drama. So that is Spying. And like I said, that is possibly a mid-June premiere. Now, the next one is also possibly a mid-June premiere, but it is one that, guys, at this point, this drama has been kicked about so many times that I'm not sure if I want to have any faith. So this is the Chinese drama Love Has Fireworks. It is supposed to be 40 episodes and a 10-cent video production. It stars Tian Jianxi as well as Wang Churan as our main couple. Now, my problem with this is that I look at this and I see 40 episodes for a modern romance drama, and that puts me, on a little bit of a backseat. It's meant to be a comedy romance drama, but for 40 episodes, I feel like that's such a long length for a modern drama. We shall see. So the MDL description reads: Qian Fei, an investment bank employee, was originally immersed in the happiness of planning her future life, but unexpectedly her fiancé Wang Ruhai chose not to walk with her anymore. From then on, Qian Fei was forced to embark on an arduous journey of replanning her life and career. Rich second-generation Li Yifei wanted to make a career and only regarded love as a kind of icing on the cake. His girlfriend Gu Lili couldn't live a life without money and left him. Under the teasing of fate, Qian Fei and Li Yifei, who have completely different outlooks on life and love, gradually come to an intersection. In order to repay the mortgage, Qian Fei rented out a room to the rich second-generation Li Yifei, and since then started a shared life with Li Yifei. So basically, it's going to be a, forced cohabitation kind of situation, share house, co-workers, all of those things. So we shall see. I just think 40 episodes is really, really long. And also this drama has been ticked around so much that I'm not sure. But we shall see. Now, the next one is a drama called Archives, the Nanyang Mystery. This is going to be 36 episodes, and it is going to be an Aichi drama starring Zhang Chen Sheng and Ding Yuxi, as well as Zhang Peiyao, Fu Dulong, and Fu Da Long. I am so incredibly excited about this. I've seen some of the behind the scenes for this, and I am so it's going to be an action thriller historical mystery, and the MDL description reads: in the early years of the Republic of China, a series of mysterious events took place in the Nanyang region. The story follows Zhang Haiyan and Zhang Haixia, two secret agents from the Southern Archives who investigate an enigmatic case involving a conspiracy of warlords using the poisonous plant dusk grass. As they face life-threatening dangers, the clues begin to align, leading them to discover that all of them converge on a massive ship, the Nan-An. So I am really, really intrigued by this, actually. So hopefully we shall see it. I like the cast for this. The screenwriter is also somebody who is no newbie to this kind of genre. They've done The Mystic Nine, and they've also done Time Raiders. So they've worked in this sort of, setting before. So we shall see. We shall see what comes. But that is Archives, the Nanyang Mysteries. Next up is Dream. Now, I hadn't even heard of this until I asked Haley, and she kind of mentioned that this one might be an upcoming one. This is also a 10-cent video production. It's going to be 16 episodes, and it is going to be a thriller mystery crime drama. It's going to be like based on a cold case, But what really piqued my attention is that this is a Liu Shi drama, and it also stars Hu Xianchu as well as Li Nai Wen. So I'm intrigued just for that alone. I haven't really seen Liu Shi in a modern drama, so this would be really interesting to see. We shall see if we get it. So that is the Chinese drama Dream. And then we have pull strings. Now, for these, I don't have, they're just rumored for June, not really any sort of date or anything. The next one is 30 episodes, Yoku production, and it's called Pull Strings. Now, this stars Aru Peng and Sun Zhenyi, as well as Ao Ziyi as kind of like the main cast. And it is going to be a wuxia fantasy drama. So I'm just going to read a little bit of the MDL descriptions. After being reborn in ancient times before the great god conferment war, Li Changshu became a minor cultivator. He is neither destined for great things nor great woe. His only dream is to live a long life as a cultivator. In order to survive in cruel primordial times, Li Changshu tries hard not to accumulate any karma. Killing inevitably leads to feuds. Thus, always plans thoroughly before doing anything and never allows himself to walk into dangerous situations. So he's gonna, basically go around, start resolving cases, that type of thing. But we shall see. We shall see how this goes. This one I might check out, although, like I said, I have to be in a very specific mood for a wuxia drama, and I don't know if I am quite yet. But that is the Chinese drama Pull Strings. And then lastly, we have Ashes to Crown. Now, this is one I will not be watching, but I thought I would add it anyway. This is heavily rumored for June. It is a Yoku production, 24 episodes, and it stars Chen Duling and Zhou Yiran. Now, I loved Zhou Yiran, but no thank you. You guys know I am not a Chen Duling fan. This is going to be a historical romance fantasy political drama. And like I said, it is going to be a Yoku production. So the MDL description reads, Chu Zhao, the daughter of a general, refuses to accept a fate in which she becomes a pawn in the power struggles of Xiao Shun, the heir of the state of Chu. Reborn with the memories of her past, she believes that only decisive action can change destiny, and she chooses to step into the center of political turmoil rather than be consumed by it. Along this path, Chu Shao meets Shi Yan Lei, the illegitimate son of the Shi family, and their encounter alters both of their lives. She brings light to his once bleak existence and helps him break free from the limits imposed upon him. From a low-ranking Imperial Guard soldier, Shi Yan Lei steadily rises to become a general who defends the nation. So that is what it's about. It does look good, but Chen Duling is just not an actress that is for me personally, so I will probably not really check this one out. But that is the last one in my rumor corner, and that is it, guys. That is all the rumors that I've sort of accumulated for the month of June. The one that I'm really looking forward to, like I said, is the first Jasmine. So hopefully that does come. I'm so excited to watch that one. And then I would probably be checking out Neverending Summer if it comes, and Archives, the Nanyang Mysteries, because I'm very curious about that one, as well as Dream. The rest I might leave or take, if that makes sense, but those are the ones that I would probably really want to check out. And that is it, guys. That is everything in my currently watching. It is going to be a slightly shorter episode. Like I said, it's warm, it's hot in here, and also I'm just not really watching that much. But hopefully that was enough to whet your appetite. Let me know if there's a drama that I really should be watching that I'm not right now. Am I missing anything? What are you looking forward to? Let me know if you're listening on Spotify, on the Spotify comments, come and chat to me on all the, places: Instagram, Discord, Patreon. Make sure to let me know what you're watching because I am always curious. So that is it. That is the episode. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time in your corner of the world. Keep hydrated, and I shall catch you in the next one. This has been another episode of the Tea and Soju podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.